Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and I'm currently doing 31 days of Halloween. It is day 9, so I wanted to do a scarecrow look, which is why I've got my flannel and my overalls on and I'm ready, so let's get started. So for this look, I'm mostly going to be using only new fall palettes that I have gotten over the past month or so. So I have the Hocus Pocus palette, I have the Pumpkin Spice from Too Faced, I also have the Charlotte Tilbury Bejewled eyes to Hypnotise. So for the eyes, I want to do a very smoky fall eye. So to start, I'm going to take the shade Pumpkin Spice from the Pumpkin Spice palette, which is that one here. So I'm just taking this up. Really want this to be like that shade that you see mostly on top. Now I'm going to take the shade Night of Frolic from the Hocus Pocus collection, which is like this burgundy, beautiful burgundy shade. I'm just building that on top. I'm gonna go back in with Pumpkin Spice and blend out. With a damp brush, I'm just taking a little bit more of the Night of Frolic shade and building that in the crease. Really, really dark when you use a wet brush. Okay, now I want to put a black eyeshadow in my outer corner, but none of these palettes have that, so I'm gonna take the Too Faced Foxy Neutrals palette, another new palette. I'm gonna take that black. I am going to create a little bit of a cut crease, and I have kept it pretty much like in the center. I didn't go all the way to the inner corner. Now on top of that, I'm going to take this really beautiful orangey gold shade from the Happy Glow section in the Bejeweled Eye Charlotte Tilbury palette. Now with this pressed glitter from the same Foxy Neutrals by Too Faced palette, this one here, it's like a gold, I'm going to tap that on the center. But of course, using my finger was a bad idea because I touch my face a lot and now it's all over my face. We're just gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna take more of that Night of Frolic from the Hocus Pocus collection and blend out. Now I'm gonna take a different pressed glitter, the one that is in the Hocus Pocus collection. It's also another gold one, but it's like a little bit of a deeper gold. And I'm gonna use that for the inner corner. Okay, to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Cookie Butter, which is also in that Too Faced palette. I love this shade. It is so beautiful in color and in texture. It literally reminds me of cookie butter. Now I'm going to do the other eye, and I'm also going to do my foundation. Okay, now for my lower lash line, I'm going to take the Pumpkin Spice shade. Now I'm going to take the shade Ginger Snatch from the Foxy Neutrals palette. I'm taking them pretty far down. Now closer to the lash line, I'm going to take the Night of Frolic. I'm just taking the tiniest bit of black right on the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm not going to take it any further than that. Now for the blush, I want my cheeks to be super, super prominent. So I'm going to use a few different things. The first thing I'm going to use is this NARS blush. This is the shade Torrid, and it's going to be very centered on the apples of my cheeks. I'm not going to take it too far back. Now I'm even going to use this MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color. I'm going to use it as a blush. I'm going to kind of tap it into the centers of my cheeks. Now I'm going to go even further and set this with an orange eyeshadow. I'm going to use that Ginger Snatch. Now I'm actually even going over it one more time with that blush from NARS. Now I'm going to add freckles, like a lot of freckles. And I'm going to use this brow pen from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Dark Brown. I'm not making them like look realistic by any means. I am gonna draw in a nose right here, so I'm kind of leaving that. Okay, now I'm gonna draw the nose. I'm gonna use a black eyeliner. Now I am gonna color it in orange, and I'm gonna use a face paint for that. I'm using my Mehron face palette. Now I'm going to set that with that Ginger Snatched orange eyeshadow. Now with a really tiny brush and black eyeshadow, I'm going to go around on the edges of the nose to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Now going in with black eyeliner one more time to really define the inner edge. Okay, now I'm going to take some white face paint on a very, very teeny tiny brush. And I'm going to start drawing threads on my nose that are like holding my nose in place, if that makes sense. Okay, now at the little ends of each of the threads, I'm gonna go in with like little dots of black. I'm kind of drawing like where they're coming out of, like the little holes. Now if you want to take it even a step further, you can take a little bit of black eyeshadow and go on top of those little holes just to give them like a little bit of shading. Now I'm even going to outline each of the threads very, very lightly with a little bit of black. Okay, now I'm going to jump down to my lips really quick, and I'm going to outline them with one of the new Colourpop Hocus Pocus pencils, and this is Sarah's, and it is the shade My Lucky Rat Tail, or Lucky Rat Tail. And I'm kind of lightly filling them in, just very lightly at the center though. Now I'm going to use like an orange lipstick, and this is the shade Globe Trotter, and it's one of the Maybelline Superstay. And I'm filling that in, but I'm not going all the way on the outer edges. I still want that lip liner there. Now I'm going to take a black eyeliner and I'm going to outline my lips, and I'm also going to start to draw my smile. Okay, now I'm going to start drawing these little lines around my lips, little stitches. Okay, now before I start drawing the threads, I'm going to kind of create some shadows along here so it really looks like my smile is being clamped together, like sewn together, if that makes sense. I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to start with a brown eyeshadow and then add a little bit of black. For the brown, I'm going to take the Drummer Roll shade in that Faced Foxy Neautrals palette. Now I'm going to start drawing the little stitches. So just taking a little bit of white paint. Okay, now I'm gonna start drawing the little holes that they're coming out of. So on the ends of the little threads, I'm gonna just kind of create like a little arch around it. I'm also gonna start outlining them as well. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Okay, so I did the other side and I added a little bit of liner and a white eyeliner as well. Now I have these little like sunflower petals that I took from like a bouquet of like fake harvest flowers that I got at Michael's, and I cut them off and I'm gonna glue them around my eye. And I'm just using a little bit of like glitter glue. I have the NYX glitter primer, and I kind of overlap them to make them look a little bit more 3D. Now I think I am going to leave it like this for now, and then I'm going to draw like a little stitch right above my eyebrow. Now around the edges of the sunflower, I'm going to take a little bit of orange paint, and I'm gonna just kind of start to blend those edges out. I'm gonna start with orange paint, and then I'm gonna go with an eyeshadow, with an orange eyeshadow. Here I did take the orange onto like my actual like skin. Here I'm just keeping it on the flowers themselves. Now taking that ginger snatched eyeshadow. Okay, now I'm going to add my final touches. I'm going to add some contacts, my lashes, and a hat. I'll be right back. And this is the finished Scarecrow look. I am so happy with how this turned out. I think this might be one of my favorite ones so far. I did add 2 more petals to the flower just to kind of get a little bit closer to where my brow begins. I am wearing contacts. These are like a darker, like they're like brown. My eyes are really dark brown already, but these are just like a little bit of a lighter brown. And I have my Scarecrow hat, my red orangey wig. This is the same one that I wore for the butterfly look. And this is my little straw neck piece. This was actually one of the ones that is supposed to go on your wrist, but I just cut it up and tied it in the back, and it works, I think. I really love this look. This is something that I would want to be dressed as on Halloween. I think it's fun, it's fairly comfortable, and I feel cute. I am doing a giveaway. It is under my Colourpop's Hocus Pocus video, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hi, baby. Hi. He's so big. Okay, that is my dog Atlas watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.